Whoa. This is our first recording of off the stream work. Um I might talk through it. I might not talk through it. Um this audio might get muted at the end of the day. So I don't know. I don't think it matters that much. So yeah, let's get to work. I want to try doing the head. Okay, I think I messed up, or I didn't mess up, but I think I did something. What am I trying to say? Sorry. Let's get to work. Oh wait, I think I already made what I'm looking for, didn't I? I did. I didn't mess up. What I meant to say was I I have a method that I like to use when it comes to making the head. And instead of just I guess going through with the method and then messing with things afterwards, I started modifying the method in between what I was working on, and I think that made things like a bit more complicated than they needed to be. So this time around, I'm going to follow the method all the way through. And then after I have followed through with the method, I will go through and add changes where I feel like I need to, and see how that turns out. So yeah. Do I still want it to be? I guess let's try making it as high as it was. Her head is really long. Um, if it wasn't increasingly obvious how long her head is. Um, okay, maybe not that much. Chill, not that much. Another thing that I did was I think I started it from like back here because I was trying to line it up to like where her chin line is, but I think we extrude backwards anyway at some point when I follow this guide, when I follow this strategy. Um, and so I don't need to start it back there. And if anything, it sort of messed things up and made things a bit confusing. Let's start straightening this out actually at this point. All right, so that's 13. Because I think you want to start like, let me see, a little bit behind the eye. I think this is actually fine. I need to find like I need to like write my own guide for this sort of stuff. Wait, hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Make this the tip and see how that turns out. But yeah, I was really nervous yesterday. Um, trying to make this head, which probably doesn't help if I were to guess. Wait, am I using the right thing? Turn that off. Active element. It actually wasn't that bad. In all honesty, I don't know. I'm really bad when it comes to this sort of thing. Um, oh wait, oops. I want this to be 9. Right now it is 5. So I need another 4 more. So yeah, I'm following the guide, the method that I like to use for this stuff to a T, and then modifying it as I go on. I wanted to have this sort of nose shape. I don't know what it's called, but I think I tried to do it. Last time I tried to practice the Rebby face, and yeah, the reason why I practiced it is because I wanted to use it for this head. But yeah, I think yeah, maybe that was the issue because I put the side of the head so far back, it kind of messed up this like next section. Uh, wait, oops. Let me turn off that. And so let's see. Also, wait, let's switch it back to uh not smooth, flat. Yeah, let's just switch it back to flat for now at least. It's a lot easier to get the right shape this way. I think. Whoops. But yeah, I won't say anything of substance in this recording because at the end of the day, I'm gonna end up streaming. I'm not gonna say what time it is right now, but I will be streaming in like in a very short while, in a little bit. I just wanted to try this out. Hopefully, I can finish the head before I start stream, so I have something to work off of. And actually, yeah, hold on, okay. Yeah, I don't want these recordings to be like important, if that makes sense, when it comes to potentially the future time lapses. Let's make that more in line with the actual. Oh, but that's like the side reference. Oof. Okay, that's fine. I don't know. I'll ramble because, like I said, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to release the audio for these recordings. I might do. I might actually upload them to the VOD channel and have them be sort of titled a little bit differently. Cause I was actually thinking about that earlier today while working on the time lapse. Um, cause in the time lapse, I talked about how, or I started writing the outro because I'm almost done with it. Okay, here we go. Here I go talking about stuff that I shouldn't be talking about. I should save this for when I start streaming, but whatever. What was I saying? Uh, yeah, I was working on the time lapse. That's going well. Um, but I mentioned that I might drag this back a bit more. I like how far back the lips go in this side view. Maybe. I don't know. What was I saying? Yeah. I talked about how if people want to, I guess, sort of see what I'm doing in a more slower capacity, they could look at the VODs. But obviously, for this character, if I do decide to go the route of doing what I'm doing right now, which is working on it outside of stream, then they won't be able to look at the VODs. So I might upload these as part of the whole VOD system, um, for convenience, for the convenience of my dear viewers, you, you watching. Um, yeah, I am working a bit faster than I was yesterday. The only reason why is because I like, you know how it is. The last thing that I was doing was Revi and her Unity stuff, and then also working on the time lapse. And after that, I started playing V Rising, so it's not like I was doing a lot of work outside upstream when it came to making the faces of characters. So my knowledge is a bit sort of forgotten. It's so long. It takes so long to go from a character from the beginning to all the way to Unity that by the time we get to Unity I've forgotten what to do. Which may be why yesterday I kind of felt like a I guess like a baby deer kind of stumbling about and kind of being a bit stupid. um and yeah, I remember a lot of what I was doing yesterday, so I'm able to sort of replicate it again in quick succession. But yeah, you probably won't even notice much of a difference between me recording and me on stream. It's not like I don't think I put on a personality. I need to stop talking. I'm like I need to work and stop talking. Sorry, I'm looking at like I said, I have a bunch of references opened up in the background and I'm taking a look at them real quick. Uh because that's what I do. That's how I get the good stuff. Mouth is so far back. Maybe it's fine actually that it's so far back. Should I make it this far back, the lips? Oops, wrong one. I feel like that's insane. Let's not do that actually. Let's set it like here maybe. Maybe that's still too far back. Go a bit less. I don't want it to go too crazy, you know. But yeah, I think I started to lose the plot last time by trying to like modify things. I think I should like start off with the base. I might save the base. I don't know if that's actually a good idea. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to a word I say. Don't. Oh wait, I was about to start singing. Hold on. Chill. Mm mm. Let me make a playlist of songs that I could listen to. And that I could also, I guess, have on stream. Mm. I did like the way my lips were turning out. I don't know if I mentioned it back then, but they were heavily inspired by the deadlock lips that some characters have, or I guess all the characters have actually. Their lips are quite defined compared to I guess anime-esque type lips. Wait, I think I did this wrong. Hold on. Okay, I think that's better. And yeah, I need to also find a workflow. That was the thing that I think I was reiterating as well. I need to find a workflow to do from start to finish and it doesn't require me like stopping so many times. Then and only then will I be ready. Are the lips too far back, perchance? Or is this fine? I guess that's also an issue that I have. I don't know where the lips should go. Hold on, that's why I have references. Yeah, I think I need to move this sides a little bit higher up. But yeah, hopefully this is a better attempt. I felt like the last head, this one here. Ooh. I couldn't look at her eyes because she looks too goofy. I brought her eyes down. Maybe this time around I'll try to keep her eyes in the same spot that they are in the reference, and hopefully that like is fine. Um, it's just so silly. All right, I think I'm gonna leave the lips there. Now the chin stuff is where things get a bit complicated. How exactly do I want to do this? Because that definitely isn't the way. Hold on. Let me load up. I need to load up the practice model that I made. Hold on. I'll probably end stream, not stream, let's say end stream. LOL. I'll probably end this recording a little bit before I start stream, just so that I have some time to get ready. Okay, actually, let's skip into the eye for now, because I think for the next thing, I need to have the eye present. I was also trying to follow this nose bridge here for the eye shape, because I'm still like not 100% sure if I want to go the route of like a deadlock model where their eyebrows are a lot more defined, or if I wanted to go the route of like an anime model where I think the definition of the eyebrows is done via like little shapes at the eyes. I'm still not 100% sure what exactly I want to do with that, if I'm being honest, but it will change the shape of the eye a bit. Also, let me copy, because I think I decided on this eye shape here for her. So let me keep it there. And actually, let me raise it to where it is there. The side view is a bit off, though. I don't know what to do about that. Just trust my gut. Perchance. These kind of have their sort of corresponding spots I need to go to. Holy head dent. How did I want to do the eye? Oops, that's not it. What am I doing? Um. Oh, wait, hold on. This is annoying. This is the method. I make a copy of it. I wish it was an add-on that did this, but I make a copy of it. I bring it a bit forward, and then I could use the copy to sort of gauge how I should move the the, the original. It's very helpful. Looks a bit like, I don't know. Maybe it'll be fine. But yeah, I guess this is where things start to sort of deviate, I think. Should I make a duplicate of it here then? If this is where things start to deviate? Because I'm unsure, like I said, if I want to make, I guess like this. Should it be this? I don't think so. This is more like the deadlock model, where the eyelashes are more defined. Oh wait, let me see something. Hold on. Hmm. Yeah, I think that is how I want it, I think. And then this, I think this one will be our sort of like, what's it called? Our sort of eyebrow. Because then the nose will travel up and behind the eyes, which, does that make sense? I guess. I'm touching my own face. And then this one travels up the nose and like that. Am I cooking? I don't know. What time is it? What time should I stop recording? Hmm. But yeah, this is going to be pronounced eyebrow bone, I guess, and then this one's going to be default flat, and the eyes would also remain flat, kind of like how I did Revy before. So this is going to be our new version, I guess, our new attempt of me trying to mix the sort of anime sort of look aesthetic with more of a deadlock sort of, maybe a bit of realism. Because I did think about this. I think maybe one of the issues. Okay, I need to talk about this on stream, I think. But I'll mention it briefly here. I think one of the issues was that everything was like a bit up in the air, and I didn't have anything like concrete that I wanted. Or I did, but I didn't, I guess, put it into words. I 100% want the chin to be somewhat defined in a way, either the deadlock way or the sort of gotcha route way, but it has to be somewhat defined. Um, and I want the mouth to be a lot more defined as well, similar to the deadlock way. And then the things that are kind of like 50-50, I'm not sure what would be the best route, are the nose. I don't know if I want them to look like they do now, a more sort of pointy anime-esque type of look, or if I want them to lean more realistic, like uh, like in Deadlock's case, with nostrils and all that stuff. And then for the eyes, same thing. I don't know if I wanted to lean more on the Deadlock side with like a pronounced sort of eyebrow area and sort of like the sort of eyelid, I guess, is more pronounced. Or if I want to just go with the basic anime style where it kind of just like all blends together a bit. I'm not sure, but that's what we're, I guess, testing out right now. Hold on. Let me see. I think we're almost done, or I think we're about to like start the ear. And I think once we start making the ear, I think that's where I'll call it for this recording. Is this a recording? It says it is. Okay. A recording of 32 minutes. Not bad, I think. I don't know. The eye. I don't know if I want to do the eye differently. Because the way Enfield and Wuthering Waves, they do the eye a bit differently. The eye is a lot flatter. The sort of like eye sac that you extrude outward. It's a lot flatter, so it sticks more closely to the actual eyeball, or I guess the eye plate. And obviously, not Enfield, Deadlock uses an eyeball, like an actual ball. Um, yeah, I think this is when the back of the head starts to form. Okay, so the last thing I want to do before I think I end it here for today and continue on stream in a little bit. Oh, does that look all right? This might look a bit weird and freaky. I might need to move some things. Um, One thing, and I probably will repeat myself once we get onto stream, but one thing that that the gotcha games and even Deadlock have in common is that they have their chins going in like this. The topology comes in like a U shape. I don't know where. Oh, do I have this on? What is this? Where are my drawings? Oh, what the? Weird. Anyway, but they have them looking like that, like U's. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. Actually, duplicating it. I was gonna say oh, I messed up. I needed to extrude it, but actually, what am I saying? Whoops. Oh. Oh yeah. Where does the ear usually go? Hold on. The top of the ear is sort of like at the middle of the eye. Why do I care about that? Uh. All right. Let me see. Oh, wait, oops. Bottom loop. Okay. So then I'm going to move this back, but I think I'm going to use proportional editing like that. So we'll have that there, and then we'll do another duplicate. Move it a little back, and then do what we just did, where we select this, move it all the way back. And so then that keeps it like that. If I just extrude it outwards, then this is just going to come back with it. But if I do it that way, and then we could keep the shape of the... What am I saying? of the chin, which is the goal at the end of the day. Keeping the shape. And then boom. Okay, I think that's where I'm gonna end it for this recording. We'll continue this. The eyes might still be super high. It kind of looks okay on her, but I think it's because of her really big forehead, or I guess really big set of hair, that it sort of like balances it out. But right off the bat, it might look a bit too high up. I could always like, uh, maybe that could be like a character trait though. The fact that her eyes are so high up, maybe it could be a character trait. I don't know. We'll leave it like that for now, I think, but it might change. I don't want to mess around too much with what we have in case it messes things. All right. So yeah, that is about it for this recording. I'm going to take a little break and maybe get some water. Maybe get something quick to sort of fill the stomach up so that we can get right into the stream, which starts. I'm not gonna say when it starts, but it starts soon-ish at the time of this recording. Um, but yeah, it's Saturday, so I start an hour earlier. Um, Otherwise, I would have had another hour. Ooh, could you imagine 2 hours worth of time? I mean, we'll have like 4 hours at least to work on it on stream, but with on, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. I was gonna say on stream I get distracted by the chat, but it's not really the chat. It's mostly me trying to ramble and being bad at multitasking. I can't talk and work in Blender at the same time. I'm really bad at it. So yeah. Is there anything else? There's really nothing else to say. I probably should I put music on this? I don't. Whatever. We'll leave it like that. Sort of commentary. Um, I don't know. Anyway, that's about it. Goodbye. 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 Bye. Bye.